And just another point in relation to communication, and how you will work with the school to draft an appropriate communication. Will that only be for those who are directly impacted, or will you draft a communication for the whole school community, or do you do both, or what's the recommendation there?
Well, our usual practice, I suppose, has developed over the years, because we have, many of you will actually have heard of public health before. You know, there are other infectious diseases, measles and mumps and E. coli infections, for example. So we have developed sort of working relationships with schools in the past. And in general, it is communications that we develop for those who are affected in some way. And that will continue with COVID-19. There always is some flexibility and scope depending on the setting that the school is involved in. But I suppose the reason why we don't do a mass sort of shot communication to everyone is because sometimes we find that's unhelpful in terms of scrutiny, intensity and discussion, and fueling sort of especially social media type debates. So it's not always helpful. So it's most important that we do the right things clinically for those who require it, and that's our priority. So that is our focus, and that's where the communications will definitely be. But there might be some, there's always open for discussion as to whether a larger group need to be informed something, or indeed the whole school. And that will be on a one-to-one basis, with discussing with your public health doctor, depending on your community. For example, a very small rural school, it might seem very odd to leave 2 or 3 people with no communications at all, for example. So there might be circumstances where it is sensible and helpful to do that, but we don't do it as routine, because generally I think the response is that it's less helpful than more helpful.